Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team at Ray White Burwood, 12 Farleigh Avenue in Burwood, the property which is going up for sale. For those of you that are here to bid, we wish you all the best of luck with your bidding endeavours, and of course, for the successful purchaser, we'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate you in advance. We'd also like to thank the vendors for entrusting us in the sale of their most prized possession. This auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. As the auctioneer, I'll be indicating bidders on request, and I have the right to place bids on behalf of the sellers, otherwise known as vendor bids, and if and when I choose to place those bids, we'll make it very clear by simply stating the words vendor bid. These rules prohibit false bids, prohibit major disruptions by bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provide fines for such conduct. And last but not least, when this paperwork hits my hand and the property's deemed sold, we'll take no late bids or offers beyond that particular point. If you're bidding against vendor bids, by bidding above the highest vendor bid, you'll earn yourself the exclusive rights to negotiate with the sellers, and if and when we're on the market, meaning surpassing the owner's written reserve price, we'll be playing for keeps, so bid with confidence beyond that particular point. A 10% deposit is all that is due and payable should you happen to be the successful buyer here this afternoon. And Kenneth, the settlement period just happens to fall on 30 through to 90 days time. The seller's offering you some flexibility, so you pick the time frame that suits you best, and of course the keys will be in your hands, ready for you to move in. Geographically located in an absolutely immaculate position, Mount Waverley Secondary School Zone buyers are highly sought after pockets, so bid with confidence. Abundance of other schools as well, public, private, secondary and primary. Of course, you've got parks and shopping facilities not too far away from your doorstep. All of that in the fastest growing population here in Victoria that this country has to offer. Interest rates still at really low levels, and take advantage of the borrowing capacity that your bank is lending you right here and right now, because it's only going to decrease moving forward. Those are the predictions. 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, multiple car parking spaces, plus a study. Underpinning your prospective purchase, a whopping 833 square metres of the finest soil that Burwood has on offer. Without further ado, buyers, here's your opportunity to write your name on the contract of 12 Farleigh Avenue in Burwood, sign off on it, and the deal will be done and dusted. Who would like to get the bidding underway with an opening bid and opening offer at absolutely any figure that feels comfortable for you? How much?
1.2.
At $1.2 million, gentlemen's in front. The bottle of wine is yours as well, sir, and congratulations. At 1.2, barely bid away, sir. You're in front now. Don't drink it now. You could do something that you regret. At 1.2 million, fairly bid away. Bid is here on my left-hand side as we search for a rise of 25. It'll be getting 225 now. The natural next step. Gentleman's in front now as he holds the wine. At a beginning 200,000, fairly bit away, a rise of 25,000 buyers. Can we tempt you in, or let's call it 50, shall we? At 1.25, the natural next step, or more if you prefer, and show your competition that you are here and you mean business. At 1.2, gentlemen's offer going once, twice, third, and final time. Are we all done, all finished, all silent at 1.2 million? At 1.25, sir. Is that what you said?
I hope.
Yes?
No, we are considering.
Sorry?
Considering
it?
Later.
Later. So we're at an auction. It's not going to go for very long.
This is the boss.
Boss?
Yes.
1.25 is the next bid. At 1.25. Yes? Hands out the pockets. It'll be getting 250. Some instructions, Henry. At 1.2, the bid is here on the left-hand side. We're at low levels here. You shouldn't be hesitating. Let's jump in front here with a $50,000 bid, yes? It'll be getting 250. Let's jump in. We know there's other buyers out there as well. Hands, I need to know now. Yep, 1.2. Ma'am, to jump in front. At 1.2, the bid. At 2.5. What?
125.
125. At 125 now, thank you, and I welcome you to begin at 250. 1.3, sir, to jump back in front. Yes? Yes? No? Are you joking? At 1.3, we shouldn't be hesitating, sir. At 1.25. 1.3, sir. Let's jump in front. I know you like to get things done quickly. You're wearing an AMG hat, sir. At 1.3, let's make this speedy. It'll be getting 300,000. A gentleman with an AMG hat is a gentleman who likes to hop in an automobile and get from A to B.
1.27.
How much? 1.275, we'll take it. 1.3, sir, to jump back in front. It'll be getting 275, fairly bit away at 1.3. At 1.3 at 275, sir, 3. Haven't forgotten about you. Is that a yes?
Yeah, no. Hang on, you jumped 50, right?
It's a big 275. Yeah. Offering a 25, sir, at 1.3. It'll be getting 275 at 1.3 to tempt you in. At 1.275, fairly bit away. Hans, let's jump back into the getting 300. At 1.3 to jump back into first place. We shouldn't be hesitating at these low numbers here. It'll be getting 275 at 1.3. Now purely designed to make you feel at ease. At 1.3 to jump back in front. Bid is here. Dead centre on top at 1.275. At 1.3, jump back in, ma'am. And anyone else for that matter, I'm going to call it 3 times and pass the property in with no hesitation and negotiate exclusively with the highest bidder if we do not see a better bidder offer. Here's your final chance, buyers. Once at a begin, 275. Second opportunity. At a beginning, 1.3. At 1.3, and I welcome you back in just in the nick of time. Back on top at 1.3 million and 325 to jump back in front. Is that a bid, sir? At a beginning 3 now, the bid is with your competition back in second place. At 1.3 and 25, now we need to know the natural next step here. At 1.3, 325 to jump back in front. Bids here at a begin and $300,000 only. And I do stress those words. Let's jump back on top at a begin and 325. At 325, even 1.4 to show your competition that you mean business. Let's step up and flex your option muscles. At 1.3, right next to Hans. Bid is here now. Let's jump back in, sir. Any interest on my left, buyers? We need to know. And through the middle, and anyone else, let's jump in at $1.3 million now. Going once, done, finished, and silent for the second opportunity. At $1.3 million, have we seen your best, buyers? The clock is ticking. We need to jump in or you're going to miss out. Third and final call. Beginning 325. At a beginning 325, a 4th player in proceedings. At a beginning 325, there's 4 of you now competing. At a beginning 325, let's jump back in at a beginning 350. 325, the bid to my left, Hans at 35, ma'am, yes. 25 and 50. At 50 to jump back in front. You shouldn't be second guessing yourself at these low numbers. At 1.325, let's jump back in front here in the beating heart of the safe and secluded side streets of which is Burwood. Let's jump back on top for this stunning family home. At a beginning 325 and 3.5 to jump back in. I'm going to call it 3 times specifically. Bids here on the left-hand side. Once done. Finished and silent. Jump back in quickly. Second opportunity. And I begin $325,000. Third and final call. Are we all done? Finished and silent.
Is it on the market?
I'll let you know the moment that we are, sir.
Would you take 5,000?
Not at this stage. At 1.325. At 1.325. At 1.325. At 1.325. We've been advertising 1.5 to 1.65, sir. Would you be surprised if we were on the market? Would you be surprised if we were? At 1.325. I'd be very surprised and disappointed at 1.325. I'm sure that you'd be shocked as well at 1.325, sir. But if you're interested, you need to bid at 1.325 because I can tell you right now that bottle of wine is not going to escalate in value. At 1.325, fairly bit away now. Let's jump back in front of the beginning 350, Hans. I won't take less than 25, and I'm sure that wouldn't surprise you at this particular point. At 1.35 to jump back in front, Hans, I need some instructions from you. At the beginning 325, fairly bit away at 50. At 50 now, welcome back and good to see you once again. Back in front, the prime position, first place with exclusive right to negotiate. At a beginning 350 and 75 to jump back in there next to Henry. At a beginning 375, buyers, we need to know quickly. At a beginning 375 and 50, fairly bid and offered. Bid is here on my right hand side. Let's jump back in. We won't take less than 25. At 25 and 75, Henry. At 375 to jump in front. Bids here at 75. At 75 at $1.4 million. We need to know now. At a beginning 375 and 4. At 4. At 1.4 now the next bid. Hans, I will not take $1 less. At $25,000 rise. Bid is here at a beginning 375. At 1.4 now as the auction escalates. Let's jump back in front rapidly and step up and show your competition. You've driven here with a specific intention to purchase and in brackets that you mean business. At a beginning 375 at 1.4. Let's jump back in front quickly now. At 375, fairly bit away. Hans, yes, yes, yes. At 4. 4 at 1.4 at $1.4 billion, and I welcome you back hospitably. Back in front at $1.4 billion at 1.4 and 25 next to Henry at 1.425. I'm going to welcome you back in front and centre. I haven't seen you for about 5 minutes, and my heart misses you. Let's jump back in front at a beginning 425 at 425. Jump back in, sir. Yes. Yes. 25.
We're on the market.
We're on the market and we are selling at $1.4 million. Fairly bit away now. We're going to knock it down if we do not see a bidder offer. We're now playing for keeps, sir. At 1.4, jump back in at 425. At 425, we need to know, sir, or you are going to miss out, and I'm going to sell the property on the right at 1.425. 10. At 10 now, we'll take the 10s now that we're on the market. At 1.41 at 20, sir, jump back in front. At 1.41 and 2. At 1.41 and 2. At 1.41 and 2. I'm going to sell it away if you don't jump back in. Let's quickly make a decision now. No doubt you've done your calculations and identified your limit before you drove here this afternoon. Let's jump back in nonchalantly. You shouldn't be guessing yourself, second guessing yourself at this particular number. At 1.41 and 2 to jump back at once. At a begin at 410. Bids here on the left-hand side for the second chance. At a begin $410,000. Third. Sorry? 20. 20 more?
10 more. 420.
Well, you couldn't blame me for thinking you might have met a $20,000. Would you like to make it a 20, sir? Because I think 10's going to make it awfully inviting for your competition to jump back in. 1.43 will put yourself in a better position to minimise the chances of them jumping back. 20, sir? At 143. 143? 1.42. At 1.42, and I welcome you back. I thought we lost you for a moment. You've been resuscitated, and I welcome you back in and back in front at a beginning of 420, at a beginning of 420, at a beginning of 420 and 30. At 30 hands, I need to know the bid is here at a beginning of 420, at a beginning of 420 on the market, and we are selling at 1.42 and 30. At 30 now, at 1.43 now back in front and against you. At 1.44, the natural next step. Let's jump back in at 1.44. Yes, we need to know. At 1.43, we're going to sell it away here. Once at a begin $430,000. 5 at a beginning 435, at a beginning 435, at a beginning 435 and 40. Henry, quickly jump back at 435. I'm suggesting to mix things up a little bit and triple your competitor's bid. How about 15 grand and 145 buys? We need to know. That's merely a suggestion. How much? 5 at 1.44 back in front and against you once again at 1.45. 5,000 rises are making it awfully inviting for your competitors to jump back. 1.45 and take a look at that and bang, doubling your increments with a $10,000 rise on my right-hand side, right next to Hans. By the way, Hans has been representing the vendors, and if you're thinking of selling, I've got it at a million. How much? We're already 1.5. Be kind of awkward if I went 5,000 in reverse, Henry. Not a problem. At a million 555, a million 455, even better. At a million 455, and I welcome you back. At a million 455, at 455, fairly bit away. At 60 hands, at a million 455 and 60, 60, 60. Yes, quickly. At 455, the offer. Let's jump back in as proceedings escalate. I'm going to knock it down here. At a million 455, 1 start. Finished and silent. Second chance. At a million 455, third 560. Just in the nick of time. We almost lost you and you almost missed out. We need to be faster than that now that you'll miss out on the property of your dreams. At a million 460,000, you're back in first place. That gold medal position. You'll be popping open the champagne and celebrating tonight if no one else jumps in. At a million and 460. But dare I say they will. So prepare your next bid. At a million 460 down, 65 to jump back in now. At a million 465. Surely we're not out yet now. 65 to jump back on top, and right next to Henry, need to know. At a begin 465 at 60 the bid at 5 and 5 and through the middle. I haven't forgotten about you either. At a begin at 460 going once. We're going to knock it down here right next to Hans. Second chance at a begin $460,000. Third and final call. Are we all done? Finished, silent, selling. Oh no, I heard you just playing with him. 465 and back in front. front at 70. At a bid of 470 and 75 and 70 the offer. You're immediately in second now. 70 the bid now, 1.47 and 5. At 5 to jump back in, we've got it. At a bid of 475 at 1.4 and 3/4. Just 25,000 shy of the 1.5 and 80. At 1.48, and I welcome you back and I thank you. At $1.48 million, let's jump back in front of another 5. I'm suggesting you round us up to 1.5. I made the suggestion earlier to bid larger increments, but you're sticking with the smaller ones and everyone's jumping straight over the top of you. The same is true for everybody. I'm suggesting you mix things up a little bit. Einstein's definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. At 1.48, the bid is here right in between Leo and Haas. At 1.48, at 1.48, at 1.48. At the moment, the property's yours. If no one jumps in, at $1,480,000 for the first time. At 1.48, second time. At 1.48, third. And final call. Are we all done? All finished? And all silent? At $1,480,000. We're going to knock it down if we do not see a better bid or offer. Phone call, please bear with us. I need to be 110% certain that every single underbidder is out. This one could potentially be in. I need to trust my intuition here. Please do bear with me. I can understand this may well get frustrating for you, but if you're selling your property, we do the exact same thing, and I can guarantee you that you'd be appreciative of it. At $1.48 million, you're in front at the moment. For those that are tuning in, on behalf of the team at Ray White Burwood, we've seen 6 bidders fighting for this fine piece of real estate. The auction kicked off on my left-hand side at 1.2, and here we are $280,000 later on the market and selling at $1.48 million. If you're thinking of selling, contact Hans or Kenneth and the team at Ray White Burwood, and they'll talk to you about the method and process involved about increasing your chances to recreate this situation on your front lawn. Ain't that right, Kenneth and Hans? They're not even around, so no one responded. At $1.48 million, and there you are. Thanks, Hans, at 5. At $485, and welcome you back at 90, back against you. At 1.49 at 95. At 1.49 at 95 to jump back. Fairly bid on the right-hand side at 1.49 and 5. Let's go 10,500,000. I'm suggesting 11. Don't make it an even number. That could be their limit. Let's make it $1,501,000. That could well be the strategic, victorious knockout blow. How about $1,501,000? 11,000. 1.5. At 1.5. At 1.5 already, Hans. At $1.5 million. At 1.5. At 1.5, let's jump back with another 5. At 5 more to begin at 505 and 10. 5, 10. At 5, the bidders we search for 10. And I haven't forgotten about you here, front and centre. Can I welcome you back in with open, hospitable auctioneer arms? Here's your final opportunity now to seize this moment. Drive away victorious. The keys in your hands. You will not need to walk in and out of any more open inspections. Let's seize this moment. You'll run the risk of bidding higher than this on properties that you don't even like as much. The bid is here at $1,505,000 and we'll have no hesitation to sell at $1,505,000. At $1,505,000, going once, done, finished and silent at $1,505,000. Second chance, all done. At $1,505,000, third and final call at $1,505,000. We are selling at $1,505,000. Henry, there's another bid, so prepare your next. At $1,505,000. At $1,505,000. How much, Henry? At $1,505,000.
1,000.
Got it. 6, 7. 1 million or 1,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
1,000.
Oh, 1,000. At $1,507. Just needed a check because I never know my luck. Nor do the vendors. At $1,507. At $1,507. At $1,507. 8. Small increments here. 1,000 rises. Let's not back away. At $1,507 and 8. At $1,507 and 8. At $1,507 and 8. Henry, yes. Quickly now. At $1,508.
1,000.
Got it. 8, 9, 9, 9 and 10, and 10 at 9, and 10 to jump back. Bids here. At $1,509, and 10 quickly. Time's running out here. And we get at 5:10 at 9. Any further interest? Sure. Your last bid was $1,490,000, wasn't it? How much?
1,000.
Got it. So where are we at? Henry? What price are we at?
1.51.
1.5. Is it 1.51? Is that correct? Now, you know what? I knew exactly where we were at. I just wanted to make sure the team was paying attention. At $1,510,000, and that's my way of disguising, Leo, that I forgot where we were at. I just gave away my secret at 11. And we get at 5:11, and I welcome you back in, back on top. And we get at 5:11 and 12. 12. You said you're out, but I'm going to come back for more. 12. You sure? And we get 5:11 through the middle. Any further interest? Yes? At a million and 511, I need to know, out, finished, at 1 million and 511. Henry, quickly, once, at a million, 511, twice, at a million, 511, third time, all done, finished, and silent at $1,511,000. Henry, quickly. Any interest? At $1,511,000. At $1,511,000. At $1,511,000. How about 20? Let's go $1,520,000. It could be the victorious knockout bid here. At 511 the offer. We're chipping away with small increments. Now's your opportunity to step up with a big knockout blow. I'm suggesting a $9,000 rise. At $1,511,000. At $1,511,000. We will sell. Going once at $1,511,000. We'll take a 500, Henry. At 511 and 500. At 511 and 500. Second chance. At $1,511,000 and $500. If you're thinking of selling, contact the team at Ray White Burwood. They look forward to having a conversation with you in regards to the process involved in selling your property and recreating this situation on your front lawn. Don't you, Kenneth?
Back lawn.
Did I say front lawn?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you're paying attention. Backyard, back lawn, front lawn, inside the property if it's raining, on the street if the vendors prefer, irrespective of the location. We're talking about recreating this particular situation at $1,511,000. We're going to knock it down if no one else jumps in. Here's your final chance. I know that you're not done yet. Let's jump back with a $500 bid, Henry. We're not going to back away, nor should you. And we get at $511 and $500. Yes? One last chance. $1,500 above your last bid. That's approximately $1.50 per week of interest repayments, higher than your last offer. Surely you don't want to back away for such a small denomination. You'll find that kind of change on your car floor on a weekly basis. Therefore, you can look at this more of a donation than a payment. Let's not back away or you're going to lose to your competition. In and out of more open inspections, dealing with more real estate agents' phone calls. It's worth a few $1,000s in itself just to avoid that. Therefore, bid $3,000. At a budget of 513. Bid is here at 11. Henry, I'll take 100 at a budget of 511, and we will sell away if you don't jump back in. One final chance. Have we seen your best? Exhausted all your options? Surely not now. Here's your final opportunity to do so. Any further interest, gentlemen? You've been great thus far. Underbidders, don't say I didn't warn you. One last chance to jump in, or we're going to knock it down here on behalf of the team at Ray White Burwood. Kenneth and Hans are selling agents. Just in case you didn't hear me the other 10 times, we're going to sell it away now, going once at a begin at 511. Second chance at 1,511,000. Third and final call. All done. Finished and silent at $1,511,000. We've seen 6 bidders fighting it out for the property, and it appears as though you've defeated your competition. Thank you very much for everyone else that bid. You're definitely out. Done, dusted, finished and silent. Enjoy your Saturday afternoon, because we are selling at $1,511,000. Henry, just 100. I feel as though there could be another 100 there. Just better check. Definitely out. Out. Selling. Sold. Congratulations.